The U.S. strikes on Iran are happening as dozens of foreign ministers convene in Istanbul for the Organization of Islamic Cooperation Council. The attacks drawing swift condemnation from Iran's foreign minister, who was at the summit. CBC's Briar Stewart joins us now from the border between Turkey and Iran. Briar, what has the reaction been like in Turkey?
Well, before I get to that, I want to show you where I am. That's one of the 3 open border crossings between Iran and Turkey. Let's step to the side here. It's actually quite busy. You've had, since we've been here, about half an hour, dozens of people come out and also several dozens go back in. And it's interesting. We've been talking to some people as we are here, and I've talked to a couple of Americans. I talked to a Canadian earlier, actually, and there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of uncertainty. People who have been coming out today, a lot of them have been met by family, some family that's international, and they've flown into Turkey, driven to this remote border crossing to help their family come out. And then, of course, you have Iranians going back into the country. I mean, you had some that were outside of Iran studying at the time. You had others that were on vacation, tourists. They had business. They're coming back in because even though it's a very unstable and dangerous situation inside the country, it's the time where they want to be with their family. Now, Iran's foreign minister was in Istanbul this morning. He was here meeting with other leaders for a summit. He had very strong words condemning this attack. He essentially said that by launching these strikes, the U.S. has blown up the whole notion of diplomacy. Take a listen.
They betrayed negotiations. When at the middle of negotiations with us, they gave green light to Israelis, if not instructed them to attack Iran's nuclear facilities. I think they have proved that they are not men of diplomacy, and they only understand the language of threat and force.
Now, Iran's foreign minister says he's on the way to Moscow now to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. And he's doing that because the two countries are strategic allies. In fact, they just signed a pact back in January. In recent months, I can tell you that Russia has been very hesitant to wade in and supply Iran with the kind of military firepower that it wants, like air defenses, like advanced fighter jets. So we'll have to watch to see just what Vladimir Putin decides to do. But again, where I am, to give you the context, this is one of the 3 open border crossings. This is one of the busiest because it's closest to the Turkish city of Van. And we do understand that Canadian officials are stepping up consular access at land border crossings like this one to be able to help Canadians exit Iran and also Israel, because of course you have airspace closed and it is really impossible to go out of these countries by plane.
The CBC's Briar Stewart reporting from the border between Turkey and Iran.